Welcome to the Media Bubble Podcast. I'm Fredrik, he's Karol. Let's get the show on the road.
Yes, hello everyone. Today we continue the theme from our previous episode with some good old questions prepared by our Fredrik.
I guess the previous episode were about video game themes, and this is kind of movie themed.
Yeah, so just some prompts to get us going with our conversation.
Yeah, it kind of just saw something that might help us to talk.
But I see some of the questions I already see I'm gonna have a little bit trouble with.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. When I wrote some of these, I was kind of like, this is kind of becoming a bit harder than when I was doing this with video games for some reason. Maybe because you spent more hours on video games.
I think so, yeah, because like a good movie, it's like in my opinion, like no more than 2 hours long. But once you see the movie, you can think about it, but you don't really engage with it much more than that, right?
Yeah, maybe.
But I already see that you have a first question, and that is a good movie with a bad ending.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm not exactly sure about if I have an. Actually, I do have an answer to this, but I'm not exactly sure if it's a good movie. But the ending was a bit strange. Like I remember a movie called Remember Me. From like 2011 or 9 or something like that. It stars Robert Pattinson, weirdly enough.
Remember Me? I don't think I've heard of it. I need to look it up.
Well, it's kind of a romantic drama and family drama, and the main character has lost the older brother, and it's kind of about his relationship with his family and the new love interest, and throughout the film that's kind of the main conflict. And let's see if I remember this correctly. When kind of the troubles with his family is done, and his love life and all the things like that, he decides to visit his father at work in like the ending scene of the film, and his father isn't there. He is he is taking out the younger son to spend some time with him, and so the main character is told to wait a moment so his father might come in, and then the camera just turns, and we see him looking out a window, and it kind of zooms out, and the more it zooms out, you see more and more until the point where you realize that, those are the Twin Towers.
What?
And then I guess it really says which state it is, and the ending, which was kind of this romantic drama with family drama as well, suddenly has this weird ending of our main character dying in 9/11.
This feels very fanfic written, like last twist. It's not even that good. Oh my god.
So that was, I'm not sure if that was a good movie when I think about it, but it certainly was a memorable ending.
They just couldn't let them be happy. He had to die in the Twin Towers.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh god.
Like we spent this whole time with trying to fix these characters' relationships, and now let's kill him.
Awful, just diabolical, awful. For me, I'm trying to
Actually, I have one for you if you even can't remember one.
Go. What movie?
Rise of the Guardians.
It was all right, right?
No. I remember when we watched that film one time, and you were kind of enjoying the film until we came to the end where it was, I guess, kind of revealed what Jack Frost's purpose kind of was, and you hated.
Oh my god, I remember it now. Yeah, I think I remember.
You hated that so much. Like you said that it ruined the whole film for you.
Oh my god, I think I might have to check into like a hospital. I don't remember. Robin Pattinson, please help me.
Remember?
What was his deal? I think like I remember that he died, right?
Well, he died as a human, but he came back as kind of like I don't know, a spirit.
Like a spirit, like yeah.
And then like his purpose kind of was to bring, what was it, joy for people or something?
Something like that. Something like not as deep.
I remember that you just hated that.
The thing is, I think I have a thing where if I don't enjoy something, I either hyperfixate, and I think about it constantly, or I just delete it from my brain.
Oh, okay. So this has been deleted from your brain.
It might have been, yes, but now that you say it, I remember the feeling of being mad, and I think I also was mad about the main villain for some reason. Yeah, God, because I actually wanted to bring up another movie.
Okay, bring it up.
The thing is, the movie is not good. I wanted to say Vampire Academy. No, it wasn't Vampire Academy. I liked Vampire Academy. It was Fallen, right? It's the movie where the girl
with the angels.
Yes. So the girl where she had she has flashbacks to her previous life, and yeah, and mist everywhere, mist. And the thing is, I don't know. I enjoy a bad movie. It's a bad good movie, but the ending sucked ass. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think we both can agree on that.
Yeah, like half of the characters, like, oh, where is this character? Oh, she's doing a lot of stuff off screen. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. And like when all of the main characters' friends just like die when their purpose is done, it was so infuriating. And like
if you want to hear more or more of our thoughts on that film, we actually have made a full episode on that movie.
Yes. So go watch it. This was just a slight recap. I don't wanna end it all. Like I don't wanna spoil it all. But watch the movie and watch the episode. It's a good bad movie with a terrible ending.
I remember seeing what was that film called, The Maze Runner, a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and well, one thing that I remember was that I kind of just felt like it had barely an ending to it.
Yeah, wasn't it like setting up the next books in the series?
Yeah, and I kind of remember this point in time where a lot of films kind of just ended with kind of a weird setup for the next part.
Did that setup ever lead to anything? I don't remember any more movies coming afterwards.
The Maze Runner, I think, got the 2 more movies after.
Were there more mazes?
No.
It seems kind of pointless.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, let's see. Next question. A movie that scared you. Maybe when you were a little kid or something, but I guess, do you have any specific memory of being scared by a movie?
I think the first movie that scared me was The Cube.
Okay, what happened in there?
So basically, The Cube is a horror movie. A bunch of strangers is thrown into this liminal space, each room has like a rule, and if you break the rule or step or something, you just die. And you try to escape. And a lot of people die in that movie, horribly. And the point was that they should have not left the room that they were starting in, because that was also the exit.
Okay.
And a lot of people died.
What was so scary about it?
I think it was just the ways that they died. Like, they got sliced, they fell out of the cube, they started fighting.
It's kind of like Danganronpa.
I'm sorry, I just never thought that you would say something like this. No, it's not.
Got you like a left field there.
Yes. So it's not. It's. I guess it's kind of like a deaf game, but the contestants are like supposed to work with each other. They just don't.
I remember one time when I was a really little kid, and I usually didn't have really that much of a problem with horror. I didn't really watch a lot of it either, if I'm being honest. But I remember one time I was alone in one room, and I started to watch a film that was just on one of the channels. And I later found out that I was watching Poltergeist.
Poltergeist?
Yeah, which was, I guess, is an 80s movie. That had a bit of an effect on me, because that movie made me stay away from horror movies for quite a long time.
What was so scary about it?
I don't really remember, if I'm being honest. It's such a long time ago.
So you remember the feeling, but you don't really necessarily remember what caused that feeling.
No, not exactly, if I'm being honest.
A future Poltergeist episode, perhaps?
me revisiting my trauma.
See, this podcast can also be therapeutic sometimes.
Well, I don't really think that it will have the same effect on me.
But I know, I think because I'm not opposed to like actually saying it, but it's up to you. I wouldn't like you to stress you out, like actually reliving trauma.
Well, it didn't affect it. It didn't affect me that much. It scared me, sure, but it didn't affect. It's not like I have this big of traumatic experience in my head.
I'm looking at the pictures. I might have seen clips of this show too. Yeah, I vaguely remember this.
Well, it might. Maybe we could do an Halloween episode on it. Maybe.
Yep, I'm not opposed. But until then, the best bad movie you have seen.
Like when I wrote this, I was kind of like thinking, in like the case of the Room or something like that. A movie that you just see and you know it's bad, but that is kind of what makes it fun.
I can give you a musical, if you want, but that's not fun. That's not the genre. All right, let me think. Like, I'm not opposed to just say Fallen. No, not Fallen. Vampire Academy.
Well, do you want a movie that I started to think about?
What movie?
Cats.
No, 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 I disagree. Oh, come on.
Oh, it's such a bad movie, but I kind of had such a fun time with it as well.
That movie is just straight up bad. I can't recommend it to anyone.
Well, it was it was the thing that came up in my head, at least.
That is the PTSD I'm not willing to put myself through again. The thing is with cats, like, okay, so what makes it good? I want to know.
Well, it isn't good. That was kind of what was fun about it.
Ah. All right, but because like with Vampire Academy, there are it. I know that like it deviates a lot from the the source material, but I just love so much the friendship between the two main characters because they are best friends and they have like a fallout, but they handle it like best friends and they're just like they support each other so much and they're like they act like teens. And it's also like so weird but so not like wink wink nudge nudge that it becomes like because it's so honest it runs back to being funny.
Yeah, I do remember you having a pretty fun time talking about that film to me.
I did. You should see it, but I'm not. But I mean, in my opinion, everyone should see it multiple times.
I don't know. I guess the thing with cats that made it a bit of a fun time was that just every decision was just so weird. I felt like the way the most of the characters sung their songs, the way the characters looked,
God, they talk. They didn't sing,
the way they walked, the way they. It was just such a weird experience.
and not in a good way. But anyway, a movie with bad reviews that you love.
Yeah, bad reviews that you love. I guess a movie that you know it kind of got the critically panned, but you still enjoyed it.
The thing is, I'm not really into like reviews, so I don't really know. I know that on release, Twilight was widely hated.
One thing that I feel with some older movies is that the reviews doesn't exactly have that strong points as it does when it's is released. I feel like there's a lot of 80s movie where you can look at the score that it had from back then, and you're like, this one got bad reviews, but it kind of has become a classic.
Yeah, I mean, we had the same effect. What was the movie? Dun 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 dun. I mean, Demolition Man. It's a cult classic, but the reviews were not favorable for that.
So this question, maybe we can skip it because I'm not exactly sure what I would even bring up, because there's, if I'm being quite honest, there's quite a lot of films which have bad reviews but are still remembered quite fondly of.
Okay, then just I mean, it's not the movie with bad reviews. Just name one on the top of your head.
I don't really know why I still thought about this one, but I do remember a 80s comedy called Police Academy.
Oh,
Which
yeah. Oh God, that it was a long time since I've heard about Police Academy.
that one I looked at the score and I realized that this wasn't really that well liked by critics, but when I see that film, I think it's one of the most funny films I have seen. There I will admit there are one or two jokes that are a little bit iffy today, but the majority of them I still think works.
Yeah, I think. I mean, when was the movie released? In the
80s.
70s? Yeah, 80s. So I think you'd be wise to keep that in mind when watching it. Like, okay, so a movie that made you cry.
Okay, I'd actually have an answer to this one. When I was a kid, I didn't really cry that much to a lot of films. I feel like a lot of people bring up Pixar films that made them cry, and I don't know, it never really affected me. But there was one movie that I remember that is in English called The Fox and the Hound. It's an old Disney animated film from the 80s, and there is one scene where an owner of a baby fox oh no, he isn't a baby at that point, but a fox is forced to leave her fox in the forest, and I don't know, there's kind of bad or sad music playing, and it's just this old lady remembering the good times she had with the fox, and the fact that she have to go with the fact that she will probably never see the fox again. And that really had enough. I don't know why, but I cried a lot to that scene.
I think that's understandable. Sometimes movies just have the effect on you where you just get into the emotions that they want, that it makes wants you to make you to make that it wants you to have.
And this was just not something that happened once for me. It like happened every time I watched that film.
That's cute. I mean that's pretty fair. I think for me it was a similar effect, but do you know of a movie called AI, Artificial Intelligence?
Yeah. Steven Spielberg, right?
Exactly. And it's just a story about this little android that got like, he imprinted on a mother whose son was in a coma, and then that son came back to life and antagonized the bot. And then he spends the whole movie trying to get back to that family, to his mom. And it just doesn't work. And he goes through so much shit. Like the whole civilization is straight up dying. He ends up being like at the end of the movie, he ends up being frozen. Like everyone is dead. His mom dead. Parents gone. And I don't know, I just tear up because in the future, he gets found by aliens. Like aliens just straight up come to Earth. They come to the planet for relics of old civilization, and they meet this boy, and they allow him to meet his mom again. I think because the problem is, the son tells the boy, the robot boy, to cut his mom's hair when she's sleeping. She takes it as he wanted to murder her. It was just a big ploy to get rid of the robot. But he keeps on that lock of hair for the entire movie. So when the aliens meet him, they can reconstruct his mom for one day only. Like with the genetic material. And I don't know, I just cry when I see them reunite.
Can I just say, listening to this plot, I kind of just... What a weird movie.
It was. It really was. But it's just like, I don't know, it's just, I guess, childish innocence and him and the power of love. It gets to me.
That was sweet.
See, listeners, we have hearts. Sometimes.
Let's see. Best movie that isn't in English.
Oh, this is hard.
So, when I first wrote this, I kind of thought about, maybe some Swedish, maybe some French movies, but then I realized, I watch a lot of anime, don't I? and then I started to think about, well, technically, yeah, anime doesn't count because that first language is Japanese. So I guess I would go with an animated Studio Ghibli film that is called Whispers of My Heart, which is a movie that, if I'm being honest, quite surprised me. It is a coming of age movie, and it's about kind of the girl finding a purpose of what she wants to do in her future.
So how does it end? I mean, if you don't need to spoil, but how does it continue? Like, she wants to find out what she does in the future.
Well, she tries to write, and she tries to write a book or the draft of a book, and then there's this older man who promised to read it to her and tell her what he thinks, and he's being honest with her. It isn't good, but it is good to make an effort, like the first draft of anything you do will probably not be that good, but it's the fact that you tried and you continue to try and you're going to improve.
That's also pretty sweet. So when did it release? When did this movie come out?
I think 96 or something like that.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is a 90s film. I did not expect this film to get me the way it got, but I just found this film to be so, I don't know, charming.
So for me, I actually have two picks. It's not the best movie, but it's the two that come to mind. And the one in Swedish heter, its name is Hälsoresan. And have you seen it?
Yeah, those films are kind of like cult status here in Sweden.
So the funny thing is, so my mom is kind of like, she's really into like health. She's not like she really likes to, like, she's a vegetarian. She likes going to spa. She likes just like keeping up, like taking care of herself. And she saw and she booked a stay at a resort, like bantningsresort. So they would just eat vegetables and like exercise and stuff. And it was exactly as they described in this movie. Like, it was hilarious. So Hälsoresan is about a couple of strangers going to a spa, like colony, like a hotel stay, few days, and they eat only vegetables. They eat only like vegetable diet, and they have like single like enemas to like empty their bowels, and they do yoga, and they do like, it's very juxtaposed between like regular Swedish people being thrown into this like weird mysticism, health kind of sphere. And it also, there's like a plot about a chicken factory. They sell chicken feed, and that chicken feed it doesn't sell, so they turn this chicken feed into like a healthy snack, like a healthy breakfast food. So it ends up with the two main characters being accused for burning down the chicken feed factory, going like they what was the ending? So they go on to kayaking trip. They go on to
they got lost on a kayaking trick, and
they find the outfits of the like burglars that burned down the chicken feed factory, and they almost get shot in the forest by hunters.
I don't remember it. I don't think they almost get shot.
They do. They get shot at, but they do not get shot. And it's just like it's like a glimpse into kind of like a Swedish culture of the time. It's fun.
Yeah, those, I'm not sure. This is part of a series called Sällskapsresan, and it's a bunch of movies where these two main characters are on different kind of travel vacations, and kind of funny moments that can happen in those settings.
Yeah, it's just like it's very laid back comedy, I would call it.
Yeah, the first one they did, or the main character did at least, is something called Rape Månad, which is him going back into the military duties with his old kind of care with his
like buddy.
With these are now adult characters going back into the military, and they kind of just have a great time the whole stay. And I don't know, that one I find really funny. These are primary comedies as well.
Yeah, and they're also all in Swedish. The other one I was thinking about, I don't know, I don't want to prolong, but I also suggest seeing Disco Polo. So it's about this music band called Laser.
What language is it in?
That one is in Polish. And basically Disco Polo, it's like schlanger in Sweden. It's like the music everybody dances to, but nobody wants to admit that they listen to because it's like cringy.
Oh, okay.
And they got like, for a while it was very big in Poland, so it just like tells this like fantasized version of a like a like a, I think it's a duo, like a music group that they get signed to like a music label, and like shenanigans ensue because they like get into trouble and stuff. The music is phenomenal. It's like very time accurate. Time like it's like almost like a period piece.
When was it released?
2015.
Kind of recent.
Yeah, it's good.
Or actually, that's 9 years ago.
And it also has like all of the like the most famous actors are also part of this movie. Like all of these are like mainstream staples that acted in this.
A movie that surprised you. Maybe a movie that you didn't have that much of expectation for when you started to watch it, but by the end you were like, wow, that was a great movie.
I have one. Hannah. Yeah, it was released in 2011. It's like a thriller. So Hannah is about this girl. She's raised in I don't know where, like Norwegian, Swedish forest area. They basically live like Vikings. So Hannah, she's like a teenager, but she's like isolated from the world. She lives there with her father, and you immediately see that something is very like wrong. This kid is like fighting for her life with her dad. She's hunting. She knows like 3-4 languages. She has like a fake backstory about living in Germany, having fake friends in school, having a fake dog, and it's cool. Actually, it's really cool. Like this movie, Hannah is apparently hunted down by CIA agents, or at least her dad is. And once of age, Hannah like she gives her like you can push the signal, and you will be and you can go to civilization, but you will never be safe. She pushes the button, and they agree to meet in Berlin. But there's the CIA. They get Hannah. She ends up in like a research facility. She learns that there's something wrong with her DNA. And what is that? What's so weird? We don't know. We just learned that wherever she goes, people die, not by her hand, but by the assassin's hand. And it's cool. All of the side characters are funny. You root for them. You see their flaws. I think the movie is so well done. It kind of ties Hannah's like relationship to her mother and folk like fairy tales to her own life, because this entire journey that Hannah goes through the movie, it's kind of like, because she goes to Berlin, she meets other people, she needs to hitchhike to Europe, and each time like when she meets these people that give her a hike, we learn who they are, and they might probably end up dead because of her, but they always like they help her grow up. Like she learns about electricity, she learns about boys, she learns about like the world, because she was so, it's good. The action is great, the characters are great, the themes are tied together really well.
Yeah, it really sounds like you enjoyed it.
I was surprised. I honestly I didn't know that I would like it that much.
One film that I can remember is Mad Max Fury Road. I went to see that on cinema with my family, and there had been a bit of a mix-up because originally we were going to see another film, and I wasn't really that into action films, and this just sounded a bit weird. We're going to see a 20-year later sequel to like some 80s movies. And then I watched it, and I was like blown away with it. Like it was it was so action packed, it was so good, and it just kept going.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I would also count this in this category, honestly, if I thought about it quicker.
Because one thing that Mad Max Fury Road has become like known as one of the greater action movies, but before it was released, no one had really any expectation of it.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, have you seen like the British version?
No, is there something different in that?
I think maybe I am mixing it up, but I think there is like a Mad Max in one of the earlier ones where it's like set in Britain, right? Oh God, I can't remember. Yeah, Mad Max.
Well, they started as an Australian series.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Like that, I think the first film, or the three first film, were all recorded in Australia.
Yeah, you're correct. I'm just checked the Wikipedia. I thought it was Britain, but it's actually Australia. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But have you seen the first one?
Parts of it.
It's good. I think it holds up.
Kind of different from Fury Road, I feel like, just.
Yeah, they really went like full apocalypse the later down the road. The Fury Road. But I think, aren't they developing like a sequel? Like Furiosa?
Or a prequel, like Mad Max Furiosa, or maybe they have dropped Mad Max from the title now. Maybe it's just called Furiosa.
It's entirely possible. In any way, if they drop Furiosa, I might have to go see it.
Maybe. Man, that is... I think Mad Max Fury Road came out in 2015.
That's 9 years.
Yeah. That's a little bit weird to think about.
That's horrific to think about.
It's a bit weird also to think about, because I don't think the George Miller, the director, has done, or I think his whole focus has been on Furiosa, so it takes a while to make these films.
At least he didn't announce 5 sequels after the success of his first movie. James Cameron.
Like the Avatar films is an entirely new, an interesting tale about time.
Yeah, I mean, also the gal, since like he still like he said, okay, like people will still be interested in this franchise after I'm done, like after so many years. We love a confident king.
Like the thing with Avatar when it first released was that it was like announced a second and a third film for it, and those were like going to come out in like, I don't know, 2014-15 or something, and then they just kept getting delayed, and then there was rumors about the fourth and fifth film without the second one even coming out, and then it had gotten more than 10 years, and
it's just scope creep.
Like, yeah, and Avatar from 2009, I didn't even feel had that much of a good reputation anymore.
Yeah, like I think he just like the director. He just like, oh, I mean, I could also make a movie out of this, and then this, and just like, in 10 years, this movie might not even be relevant anymore.
Yeah, and the thing that actually shocked me was when the sequel was released, it was a big hit. Like there are also some things that I get right when I predict things with movie, and I get wrong. Like Avatar 2 might be the biggest wrong I have gotten. And when Avatar 2 also released, he even delayed the sequels he had already planned.
Oh yeah, that also happened. Oh my god.
He was like, well, great that this is a success. Now I can delay the other ones.
He's like wiping sweat off the brow, like, okay, that just bought me some more time. Let's make this other movie good now. I mean, it's we are on a slide at a movie that has disappointed you. I'm kind of inclined to actually put Avatar 2 in that one.
Well, I wasn't really that disappointed with Avatar 2 because I never expected it to be that good. Like I always kind of just expected it to be a visual treatment kind of for the eyes.
But you know, I was even disappointed in that. I think half the movie, when underwater, looks great. When watched in 3D, you really feel the effect, like the budget. You can almost taste the budgets. But then all the other scenes, I don't think they were really that good. It was just more Avatar.
Yeah, actually that's another funny thing is that in 2009 when Avatar came out, it made 3D films kind of a big thing, and then a lot of other studios were attempting to make a lot of movies with 3D.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Only for them to realize that this is not really worth the effort, so they dropped it. And now Avatar 2 also bring back 3D.
The thing is, like, as I said, with the underwater scenes, the 3D really added to the atmosphere. But I don't think there's a point to add 3D unnecessarily to everything. It just feels like 3D for the sake of 3D and higher ticket price. Like, get that shit off.
I don't think that the 3D on Avatar 2 will have the same effect that the original had.
Exactly. I think it. Well, let's see what Cameron comes up with in the next ones, whatever they will come out.
And let's see, a movie that disappointed me. Like this is going to be a little bit weird because I know that a lot of people like this film. I know that this film has a bit of a some haters to it as well, but I didn't really enjoy Toy Story 4 that much.
I've heard this sentiment online as well.
Like I just did not feel like it felt to me like a sequel to the third film. Like I felt like there was a lot of character decision which I felt that I just didn't feel made sense. And a lot of the older Toy Story characters just kind of were in the background, like even Buzz to a certain point.
I think you mean the decision, like, because I know that the decision of Woody to leave the toy gang was kind of like that was the most like mixed reception I've seen of this movie.
Yeah, but the thing is, I felt like that was weird because Woody was starting to feel a bit disappointed because he wasn't getting played with. But the weird thing with that is that I felt like, well, why? How does it come that all other of Andy's old toys are getting played with? How does it come that it's just Woody?
So do you mean it was something that he did? Maybe it was like it was his fault, really?
Well, no, I just felt like some part of the story just didn't make sense to me, especially if I thought it as a way of what I already knew from the third film. Because in the end scene of Toy Story 3, like Andy doesn't really want to give away Woody in the beginning, but she really wants to have Woody to play with, and then for just the next movie, her being really uninterested in this toy that she convinced Andy that she really wanted. I don't know. It just didn't. That point didn't make sense to me, and anyway, that was one of my problems. I had more problems with the film.
Yep, and that is fair. How are we on the runtime? Should we go for one more question?
We can do one more question, but
I think this is an easy one. So for our final question for today, Best movie starring a dog, not animated. Oh god, okay, that's not an easy question at all.
I actually thought that we might do the other question.
Oh, sorry. Well, you know what? That will be the one for our listeners.
You can answer that question instead.
Yeah, you know what? I'm leaving this. If you come so far in the episode, leave a movie with a dog in it in the description, in the poll, or in the comments below.
A movie that you are anticipating. Well, it's a movie that you're kind of looking forward to release.
Oh god, I'm not keeping up with the movies right now. I am so out of the loop.
Well, one movie that I'm not exactly sure when this will come out. I think it maybe is even next year, but Quentin Tarantino's final and last film, The Movie Critic, that is one that I'm looking forward to seeing. Hello, future Fredrik here. Well, me and Karol usually pre-record these episodes, and sometimes in the future there can happen some unfortunate stuff from the date we record. Usually this doesn't happen, but this time apparently it did, as the movie critic, the thing that I just said in the video I was anticipating, is apparently not happening anymore. Quentin Tarantino apparently don't want to make that movie anymore. So instead I'm going to just say that my most anticipated movie, I would say Furiosa if I would give another answer, but these things sometimes can happen. Well, let's move on to the original video.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it's also not the case of like Miyazaki saying that he'll release a final movie. It's like Quentin's Tarantino final movie. This could be the one.
Yeah. This is what he has been saying for quite a long time, is that he believes that a filmmaker can just make 10 good movies. And so this is going to be his 10th.
I think that's quite alright. If this movie like bangs, then he'll have like a pretty good record, and he doesn't need to like one up himself anymore. He's loaded too. You know what? I would like to see it.
Are your answer going to be my answer?
The thing is, it's a movie I would like to see, but it's not maybe the most anticipated movie. There is a movie that I'm looking forward to, but I know it'll be bad.
Okay, what?
It's the Minecraft movie.
Is Minecraft getting a movie?
Yes, there has been photos of the set. It's a live action Minecraft movie.
It's a live action.
Yes. It's going to be bad.
Wait a moment. Is this going? I need to check something.
Yeah, I don't want to spread the misinformation. I'm also gonna Google up. And it also has, apparently, this is Google.
Wait, it's Jack Black Steve.
Yeah, oh god. But it also has Jennifer Coolidge and Matt Berry in it.
Okay, how are they going to do a Minecraft live action? Because the whole style with Minecraft is like cubes.
I have no idea. Honestly, that's why I'm anticipating, because it currently the cast. Hey, Jack Black, great voice actor. There are some stars in this, but the problem is like this could go anyway. This could be another Pixels. This could be like
this just could be a survivor movie with barely anything of Minecraft in it.
Exactly. This could be like a Castaway situation. Like, how are they gonna, like, this is supposed to be live action, or maybe they have some I'm saying live action because there have been some screenshots floating on Twitter of the Minecraft trees from the movie set, and they look horrendous. But we don't know. I'm just like, I just want to see how this will turn out, right?
I'm not exactly sure where this has come from, but when I went into IMDb, there is a little bit of plot plot that is written on the website. I'm not exactly sure where this is coming from.
Yeah, I don't really see the where this information is sourced from.
Because the thing is, how do you
know this? Where did you get this info from?
know?
Wikipedia says it's scheduled to release next year on April 4th.
Wouldn't it have been more fitting with April 1st?
If it would be April 1st, then I would honestly still go see it.
It would be the ultimate prank. You thought we were getting a Minecraft movie. We're getting another thing instead.
But that's my pick anyway.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it.
I had fun. You had fun?
Yeah.
I hope our listeners also had fun. So yeah, we leave you with the question of the dog movie. Starring a dog, not animated. I want to hear your results, please. I need to know. And yeah, as again, thank you all for listening to this episode of our podcast. Hit that subscribe button of passion, and big thanks to Jahzzar for intro and outro comedy. And see you again in the next episode, and have a wonderful day.